Hey everybody, we saw shares of Intel, ticker symbol INTC, pop almost 24% this past week, and what I think is a perfect example of the kind of stuff that we're already seeing here in 2025, and we're going to continue to see in 2025 and likely beyond, as we call this here the year of the trader, and we might be in for a decade of the trader, which means we have to be open-minded. So when you look at shares of Intel, I think it's no secret that a lot of people know it's kind of been a lost sort of 2 decades for the stock. If you look at the stock where it is right now, just in pure price terms, it's more or less the same where it was back in the late 90s, early 2000s. So the stock hasn't really gone anywhere. What we can do is we can look at the stock through the lens of the longer term, however, and see what might be happening in the near term. If there's any changes that we could take advantage of, particularly here, momentum. So what we are noticing, if we look at our trend work, we look at something called the market rover. That's this here. You can see when you look at the chart here, when the stock had a green sort of bullish run in the intermediate term in late 2023 or in the second half of 23, heading into 24, it then turned into another basically blah moment for the stock. It turned into a neutral trend, and then finally in the summer of last year turned into a fresh bearish trend, which the stock remains in despite the recent pop. However, this is where it gets interesting. Typically every trend change starts with new momentum. And so when we look at our momentum work and we look at, we use something called the TST Trender Momentum Indicator. It sniffs out momentum in stocks. What you can see is we did actually receive a new momentum buy signal this past week on February the 12th. And you can see how that also led the stock to ultimately actually break out above some initial thresholds. So I think if this momentum can hold, this could easily be a stock that starts moving into the high 20s. And to give you some perspective here in the near term, so you can kind of see what this looks like, we've overcome some pretty critical initial resistance levels. As I said here, what's more important to me is that we see momentum players start to participate, and that's exactly what we're doing here with our momentum indicator. But I think if this sustains, we could see this stock start moving, into the mid to high 20s. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up actually filling that down gap that took place last August, August 2nd specifically, in 2024. So that would be this kind of a move here to get us to about this level here. That would be kind of a logical mean reversion move. So a lot of things in motion here. The point is we want to be open-minded in this new era of the trader. Again, just hoping and praying for reshaped reversals and fresh all-time highs in the few stocks that everyone knows is probably not going to be the best strategy going forward. So we encourage everyone to be open-minded here and start using an actual process. We like to measure trends. We like to use momentum. And I think that's going to be a very good process here for this year and, quite frankly, for a number of years ahead. Hope it helps, and we'll see you in the next video.